Littlestown Area Board of School Directors. This is a meeting of the board taking place in the public in accordance with the Sunshine Act. District residents who wish to address the board are required to sign up to provide public comment at least 5 minutes prior to the start of the meeting. Public participation will occur only during the designated public comment portion of the agenda. Disruptions, interruptions, outbursts, or other disorderly conduct of any kind will not be tolerated. By attending and or commenting publicly in this meeting, you're consenting to the district's recording, retention, and future viewing of this meeting. This meeting is also being live streamed as a convenience to the public. In the event the live stream fails or cannot be transmitted for any reason, the in-person meeting will continue without interruption. Mr. Shoemaker, would you please call the roll?
Bill Arnold. Here. Donna Bayless.
Here.
Joseph Gill.
Present.
Andy Lovell.
Here.
Katie Ewan.
Here.
Dwayne Sullivan.
Here.
Alan McCall.
Here.
Stephen Yerger and Janelle Russell are absent.
Oh, please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
We now recognize members of the public who have signed up to provide comment as stipulated in policy 903. When your name is called, please approach the podium and state your name, confirm that you're a resident or taxpayer of the district, and your topic of discussion for the record. Public comment is limited to matters of district business only. Comments that are not relevant to district business as is or may be before the board will be suspended. All comments shall be directed to the board as a whole, not to individual board members or administrators, and comments will be limited to 5 minutes or less. Privilege to speak may be interrupted, revoked, or a recess of the meeting may be called by the chair if the speaker fails to adhere to board policy or does not observe reasonable decorum and orderly conduct. Thank you. Bradley Kiefer.
All right, good evening. Dr. Berryman, congratulations again on stepping into this role. I mean that every time I say it, and this district really needs the city leadership that I believe that you're going to be able to provide. And to everyone who's going to be starting a new role after the assumed vote tonight, congratulations to you all. So what I wanted to talk about is the plan, because I've been talking about it for a while now. And tonight I see one starting to take shape, and I want to say clearly that that's exciting. It's exciting to actually see a plan being put together. I'm not up here to throw cold water on progress. I'm up here because I'm hopeful and because I want to help this board finish what you're starting. You started by cutting a few $100,000 with people changes and not backfilling and attrition and things like that. And it's progress, but it's not the goal. So tonight I want to share what the numbers are now telling us, especially now over the weekend where the state is at from its approved budget or pretty close to it. Not as a warning, but really as a roadmap to give you real information that doesn't really seem to get shared publicly. So whether you guys get it behind the scenes, I think it's still valuable to share it with the public. So let's start with the numbers. If this board takes the highest tax increase allowed under state law without a vote, both the next 2 years, and the state keeps doing what it's been doing, again approved over this weekend or pretty close to it, and the district stops spending more money on things, the district lands in a really good spot by the end of 28-29. You'd be within about $350,000 of fully balancing the budget. That's the closest to solvent of anything that I can tell you about tonight. But let's be honest about what that means for the people in this room. That's the best outcome for this district. You're within $350K of a balanced budget, and it's the hardest one for the community. 2 years in a row, you're going to have to vote to hit the index over 4% each of the next 2 years. So I'm not going to stand up here and say and call that good news, because it really costs the people of the community. Now, a more modest path is the kind of year that we're actually seeing now, a 2% tax increase with the same state historical help from the last 2 years, which again is up about $500K year over year if you look at the PDE and what's getting ready to be approved. That path lands you about $2 million short by the end of 28-29. A bigger gap, but it's not a reason to panic, it's information. So what that tells you is that if you approve a 2% tax increase the next 2 years, the state continues to do what it's doing year over year with its increases, and you don't go on a spending spree like the active budget and things like that, you'll be about $2 million short, but not till 28-29. And here's the path that none of us want on the table, honestly, is no further tax increase, no extra help from the state. All the worst case scenario, the downside risk that you would run in any fiscally responsible business, that one, if the worst case happens, by 28-29, you're about $2 million short, you're $4 million short now at that point, and you've depleted your capital reserves of the funds that you're able to spend. So let me answer the question I think everyone in this room should be asking is, what's the happy medium? What gets us breathing room without asking the community to carry our spending decisions, and what makes us rely on the state, which is inconsistent year over year? So if you find roughly $800K, in addition to what you've already presented tonight and what will happen with natural attrition, on top of what's being done, right, our reserves last solidly through year 2, and we don't start dipping into them seriously until year 3. That buys you time. So look for $800K in addition to what you're already doing. If we can find closer to $1.3 million a year, you stretch that even further. 1.3, you stay fully in the black through year 3, and our reserves carry us almost into the entire 4th year until they're completely gone. That's a 4-year runway, not just borrowed time. And if we found 1.6 million, you wouldn't need to touch the reserves at all for the full 4 years. And with a reasonable 2% tax increase and the state help, you'd actually be able to see a pretty solid budget. So I want to be clear about what I'm recommending. I'm not asking this board to find 1.6 million overnight. I'm saying the work that you've already started to do, find another 800K to 1.3 million a year in real sustained savings paired with a reasonable tax increase like 2%. Now you have a realistic timeline that gets you out 2 to 3 years to stay in the black without making the community, absorb most of the costs, which even if they absorbed all the costs of the index, still wouldn't save the district financially in 2 to 3 years. So why I'm actually optimistic standing up here tonight is the difference between a $350,000 gap and a $4 million gap is a decision that you all are about to make and continue to make as you come up with and roll out this plan that is supposedly sitting somewhere behind the scenes. It's not something that's happening to us. It's decisions that this board gets to make on purpose with real information in front of you. I watched this administration start to build a real plan this month, and I believe you can build on it, and I'm excited to share real numbers with you or with the public if you already all have it. So I appreciate the opportunity, and I appreciate you all starting to reveal a plan, and I can't wait to see the rest of it that actually puts the district into the black over the next 3 years. Thank you.
All right, we have some action items on the agenda for this evening. That's the reason for the July as needed meeting. Are there any items that are listed here that any members of the board would like to be voted on separately from the others? If not, we can do them all as a collective group since this is sort of a collective package here. So hearing none, can I have a motion to approve the following items? Approval of the assistant to the superintendent job description, approval of Mr. Joel Moran's contract as assistant to the superintendent, and approval of the staff transfers of Dr. Nate Becker from high school principal to secondary principal, Mrs. Courtney Golden from middle school principal to elementary principal, Mr. Andrew Creets from high school assistant principal to secondary assistant principal, Mr. Dave Kochenauer from elementary assistant principal to secondary assistant principal, Ms. Kara Glass from middle school assistant principal to elementary assistant principal, all of those effective July 15th, 2026, and approval of the updated organization chart.
So moved, Wayne Sullivan.
A motion on the floor, do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion. So last month, the board took one of the most important actions we can take as a governing body when we unanimously supported and approved Dr. Judy Berryman as the next superintendent of the Littlestown Area School District. That vote marked the beginning of an exciting new chapter for our district. It reflected our confidence in Dr. Berryman's vision, her leadership, and her ability to continue moving Littlestown forward. As we begin this new chapter, it is equally important that our superintendent has a leadership team that is positioned to work alongside her in carrying out the mission of our district and supporting the success of our students, staff, and community. The recommendations before us this evening represent the next step in that process. These appointments bring together an experienced and talented administrative team whose knowledge of our schools, our students, and our community will be invaluable as we continue building on the progress that has already been made and pursuing the opportunities that lie ahead. At the same time, this reorganization reflects the board's continued commitment to being fiscal responsible stewards of the taxpayers' dollars. Through a thoughtful restructuring of our existing administrative team, we were able to eliminate one administrative position and save the district over $160,000 while maintaining strong leadership across the district. It is an example of how we can improve educational efficiency while continuing to provide the high-quality educational leadership support and services that our students, staff, and community deserve. I'd like to thank Dr. Berryman and for the thoughtful work that has gone into these recommendations, as well as each of the administrators who have accepted new responsibilities in service to our district. Leadership is about more than titles, but it's a shared commitment to students, a willingness to serve, and a dedication to excellence. I'm confident that this team will work collaboratively to advance the board's goals, support our staff, and ensure that every decision they make remains centered on what is best for our students. And just as I said when we appointed Dr. Berryman, I believe great things lie ahead for the Littlestown Area School District. And I look forward to working alongside Dr. Berryman and this outstanding administrative team as we continue writing the next chapter of our district's story. Any other discussion?
No, I'm just that I'm excited as I talk to each of the administrators about this opportunity and these different roles. We did a lot of work today as well, and it's just exciting to see the opportunity and the potential that each of them bring to their new roles. So I think we're ready. We got a lot done today, and we have a lot to do yet, but a lot of energy, a lot of good vibes around it.
Wonderful. Well, with that, let's vote. Let's do a roll call since we're doing them all collectively.
All right. Joseph Yoke.
Yes.
Wayne Sullivan.
Yes.
Ally McCall.
Yes.
Bill Arnold.
Yes.
Donna Bayless.
Yes.
Nick Lovell.
Yes.
Jeannie Yoon.
Yes.
All right. Passes unanimously. Congratulations. On June 30th, the board met in executive session to discuss a matter involving the employment, appointment, termination of employment, terms and conditions of employment, evaluation of performance, promotion or discipline of specific employees of the district. Following adjournment of tonight's meeting, the board will meet a brief executive session to receive information from council. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Wayne Sullivan.
Motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second and on the call.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. The ayes have it.